Welcome back. You join us just after we'd left the big rock and set off home. Now, you'll have to bear with me on this one because most of the GoPros had run out of battery by this point. So this part of the adventure is going to be a bit disjointed, but not unentertaining.
Fuck me, cunt. Oh, you're on my foot. You're on my foot. Oh.
Fuck, you right, man?
Oh, fuck.
They'd spotted the sheer end of the rock they were riding along too late, and gone as over the handlebars as you can go with 3 people on board.
She fucking ran me over. The bitch. The bitch. Fuck me sideways. What a ride.
The only reason this happened was because Emma was very drunk. So naturally, she was allowed to continue riding.
Hold on.
My knee hurts, my ribs hurt.
Just take it easy, eh? Fucking hell.
My ass hurts after that.
Oh.
Sorry.
And then it's just sitting on my foot. I'm like, you're on my foot. And then Ella's just like, don't move. I'm like, what?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Meanwhile, up ahead, I was trying to find a way to get up to the lighthouse so that I could have a better look at it. And I ran into some helpful people staying at the hut.
Is the lighthouse track this way?
Yep.
It is? Where do I go?
If you drop back down to the beach,
Yeah.
there's like the guys in the quad bikes have been holding up. There's a little track that just cuts up the sand dune, just right down here, and then cuts up. And then you
What,
go right.
how far down the beach?
Like 10 meters in.
Oh, right. Cheers.
Their directions turned out to be good, and inside a minute I'd found the little track that they were on about.
Okay, that was close.
Unfortunately though, I didn't quite make it up, and one attempt was all I cared give this little side quest, given the circumstances. And after all of that, the lead quad bike had only just caught up with me. Our low tide window was closing fast. I had to make the tough decision I'd been contemplating earlier, and I decided to leave them behind. Getting stuck wasn't an option now. One down, but unfortunately, the worst was still to come. Meanwhile though,
She hasn't been at the arm before, has she?
Can we all,
Oh, man.
can we just dismount?
How's it going, man?
Like, because Emma needs to,
You're still real up me right now, mate.
Right, Alan, we've got to try and get off somehow.
Yep.
Hold me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm helping.
There it is.
Really.
Send it in. Huh? Yeah, but that one's the kicker. Yeah. That'll kick your teeth. Bit faster there. And then just wa-da-da-da. But give it a wa-da-da-da first. And that's it. That is the way the cookie crumbles.
a long way ahead, I'd reached the first river crossing and was eyeing up the spot we'd crossed at earlier. But I almost got stuck looking. So after I'd rugby scrummed the bike back onto dry land, I had a rethink. And a long way behind me, things weren't going much better.
There it is. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
Hold on.
I'm holding.
And then just... we're going to have to do the dismount.
Sorry. What are you doing?
I don't know how else that was expected to go either. Anyways, I'd decided to try and cross the first river up in its estuary, but my GoPro was completely flat by this point, so I was having to press the button when I wanted to film something and quickly do it before it shut off again. So this is all I have of my crossing. As you can see though, the sand was much harder up there, and I made it through okay. In fact, I have no idea why we didn't just cross there in the first place, but whatever.
Emma, over those three.
Now the only GoPro left running was this one, on board with the 3 Muppeteers.
Emma, go on, quick! Yeah, her tide has been coming in for a long time now. Thanks. It's not going over, we got it. Bit of herb, not like herb, but like quartz. Yep. And there we go. Flex!
I'm currently waiting for the guys to catch up with me because I took off ahead because I wanted to cross in the lowest tide possible the tide's currently making. And I'm going to have to flag them down before they try and cross and point them over to tell them to go inland. And what's weird, freaking me out perhaps more than the river crossing is, what are all the cows doing down on the bloody sand? There's no grass down here, guys. No grass. You'll have to go over there. Look at how much deeper the second river was by the time they got to it. I'd made the right call taking off ahead.
Yep, I'm getting a moist dump. Wheelies! I am moist! The water is up to my underook.
Though, as you're about to see, by this point I'd grown rather bored.
Not me. The A-nuck was moist.
Oh! They're having piggyback rides. Perhaps that's why they come down here, good piggybacking ground. Guess I'll never know. Eventually, much later. It's bordering on about an hour that I've been sat here with the FX just waiting for these guys to arrive, and finally I see some headlights on the horizon. Thank God. I did my best to point them in the right direction.
To your horn.
But unfortunately, they took that to mean cross 10 metres upstream, not all the way inland like what I'd done.
4-wheel drive, bit of herb. Herb, that's the one. Right hand down, where you go? Easy.
Like I said earlier though, quads are pretty good in rivers, so it wasn't a problem.
Holy fuck, I've been one frustrated.
You guys are such muppets. I've been saying to go inland, it's hard as rock and shallow as piss.
Can we get off please? Cause
I was able to get the message across to Jack, but well, you do what you want to do. For all the good it did, I may as well have shat in the freezer and put it back up my ass. Then, I spotted something rather odd. That toe up on the KTM. You see that? Yeah. It turned out that Jarod's chain had been coming off every couple of 100 metres, so they left the TF up in the bushes to be rescued the following morning. Also, Jack had somehow gotten stuck after the river. Wouldn't listen to Ash though, would you? So, as Jarod made his way across,
Got a sense of fly.
and Jack's quad was pulled free, Kynan geared up for this final assault on the bastard river. And I just let him cross here because why fucking bother?
Rescue mission in the morning for
Yeah, fucking egg. With everybody safely across, we limped home through the darkness, cold and wet. But after drying off by the campfire for a bit, everyone was soon back to trading tales of their epic weekends in dirt bike paradise. Right from the outset, the scenery had been stunning and the adventures endless. Who could forget that dodgy bridge and the difficulties we had with the hill afterwards? The CRF that rendered Nat, Kynan and I with a limp, the hill that nearly killed us, and that moment with the tide, that was no joke. But the scenery we got to see afterwards just beggars belief. And our race to get home too, as well as everything in between. What an amazing time. The FX wasn't bad either, hampered somewhat by that skinny tyre, but outside of that, endless power and torque, accompanied by a reliable electric start, an oversized fuel tank, and an all-purpose gearbox, it may well have been the perfect tool for the job. And I can't forget the Navara that got me there either, without breaking a sweat. I don't have any footage of us packing up and leaving because it started raining, so I'm going to leave you with this clip of Jack doing donuts on his quad. He's very proud of it, so no hate. Thanks for watching and have a good day.